So you want to shop mortgage rates? Well, make sure that you watch this video and stay tuned to the end, because you do not want the heartache I have seen with the things that can happen when you don't know what to ask and you don't know how to ask it.
The Weeks team would love to help you with your mortgage financing in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. We want to be your loan officer.
If you're enjoying the content, please be sure to like. It means so much, and it helps the algorithm know that people are enjoying this and to share it with others. My mission is to bring mortgage peace to the world and change the world one loan at a time. Help me and be part of that mission. Please like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And also, it's also a great idea to share it with your friends and family who you think might benefit. Tips for shopping mortgage rates. Before I do that, let me tell you a super quick story. This was in the 90s, and I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do, and I thought I was so smart. So I literally picked up the phone book, looked up mortgage companies, and went through line by line. What's your rate? Next call. What's your rate? Next call. What's your rate? Well, guess what's not a surprise? The rate I was quoted and the person I went with was actually not the rate I ended up with. Now, back then, with excellent credit, at one point the rates were 6.875, and at another point with excellent credit, the rates were 8%. So I went with the one who told me the 6.875 and ended up with the 8% interest rate. Not because there was a problem, not because there was a credit issue, because I didn't fit in the little bitty box that they give you for the rates that you see posted online, or the rates that you're gonna get if you do like I did, where I'm like, what's your rate, what's your rate, what's your rate? So here are the tips when shopping for the best interest rate. The first thing I wanna say about that is the best interest rate being quoted to you, and that amazing interest rate that's like pie in the sky, doesn't matter if your loan never closes. Yes, that happens. You get sucked in there, and then the loan never even closes because you're not fitting in that box. Or heaven forbid, you get sucked in like I did, and the loan does close, but it's at a much higher interest rate than you expected. And you say, well, they have protection for those things now. Well, yes, they do. But if you make that call and they give you that rate based on a 740 credit score, 30% down, a purchase, not a refinance, primary residence, not a secondary, not an investment, buying a point, but you don't want to buy a point, a 30-day lock, but you need a 45-day lock, and the list actually goes on and on. So you need to know what you're asking for and what you're asking about, and to make sure that you provide the information as asking those particular questions as well. So the second that you're doing the RD 100% loan, which is a great option for many people, you're not going to get that rate. Or you're putting down 5% or 3%, because there are 3% down conventional loans. You're not going to get that rate. Or maybe you're going with FHA, you're not going to get that rate. Or maybe you're buying an investment property. Guess what? You're not going to get that rate. So what do you want to do? First of all, get some referrals from some people that you know that have had good experiences. That's a great place to start. Your realtor is a really trustworthy place to get recommendations, because they've got experiences with lenders that you could work with, and they know who gets you to a closing, who gets you there on time, and who offers you great rates and great fees. Speaking of that, what are the fees that are being quoted to give you that particular interest rate? If that interest rate is very exciting, but you've got to spend $6,000 to buy the rate down, and you don't have the $6,000, well, you're not going to get that rate, and that quote doesn't apply to you. So here's my suggestion. Instead of messing up like I did all those years ago before I was in lending, and I would just say, what's your rate? Next call, what's your rate? First of all, pick 2, maybe 3. Once you get beyond that, it just gets too confusing, and it's hard to keep up, and you're going to end up being disappointed in some way because you've kind of ended up down a rabbit hole. So let's say that you call 2 different people. Instead of using what I did, what's your rate? Let it go like this. What is your interest rate? I have a 680 credit score. I am looking to do an FHA loan. It's going to be my primary residence, but I actually want to buy a 4-unit so that I can make some rent off of the other units. I'm putting down 3.5%. I already have a contract and we're closing in 45 days. I'd really rather not buy any points. Are you getting the drift here? Communicate, and give them so much information. Then ask, is there anything else I'm not telling you that might help you to give me an accurate rate quote before I move to that application stage, if you want to do that before the application stage? That way you can take these tips, these tricks to make sure that you get an interest rate that you're happy with, you know that you're getting a good interest rate, and you know that you're getting the right interest rate quote so that you can avoid disappointment. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm Stephanie Weeks, and I've been helping people with their financing for over 18 years. I'm not really sure how that happened because it feels like maybe it's been 5 or 6, but yes, it's actually been 18. So I've helped thousands of people with their financing, and the Weeks team would love to help you as well. We are in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida, where we can help you with your financing needs. Purchasing, refinancing, 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, any of those things, we would love to help you. Hope to hear from you.